France, the United States, Jordan, India, Japan, Singapore, and Germany. We felt that by learning the stories of organizations in a variety of different countries, we could distill knowledge that could help people in positions of leadership reach across once formidable divides to bring people together. So did our sponsors and funders, large multinationals, government agencies, universities, and NGOs. Boundary-spanning leadership is a product of this study. The authors have synthesized data from 25 different organizations collected by a team of social scientists, distilling it into usable tactics and practices for leading across differences. Further, as the work developed, they realized that the tactics and practices identified could be used to bridge several different kinds of gaps in human relationships and organizations, in addition to those caused by the mixing of people with very different histories, perspectives, values, and cultures. In a subsequent CCL study, the Leadership at the Peak project, they queried senior-level executives about boundary spanning more generally and learned that the tactics and practices identified earlier were useful, not just for cases where there were deeply rooted conflicts of identity, but also for the more common, less entrenched identity conflicts between people from different functions or from different organizational locations. Typical situations in the contemporary, ever-changing organizational world. This volume is especially well-timed. With every passing day, the leadership advantage seems to go to the person or organization who can best integrate disparate pieces of information and groups of people. As individuals transition to leadership roles that require greater degrees of boundary spanning, the collaborative and connecting approaches shared in this book are becoming more important. Leaders in the current environment must understand how to lead across the variety of boundaries in organizations. This is true both in the sense of building productive organizations among people who were once bitter enemies, as well as encouraging people who were formerly competitors in business to work together to move an organization forward. Everywhere, people have to move out of their comfort zones and learn to work outside vertical and local channels to engage a much larger and better informed community. Although there are many books on leadership, the practical advice in this book stands out. Boundary-spanning leadership offers a research-based approach. It's not based on assumptions or hopeful logic. Rather, it has its basis in rigorous research, both that of CCL and others, focused on identifying the principles that govern healthy human interaction in the face of difference. Ernst and Chrobot-Mason have taken this body of work and broken it down into understandable tools and frameworks that individuals and organizations can employ. Further, they provide the reader with questions, activities, and opportunities for reflection in which to apply these practices and tactics to their own lives. Boundary-spanning leadership offers a practical approach to understanding how identity and other human characteristics interact with the goals of organizations. The volume offers a way to build the leadership capacity that enhances the creativity and productivity of people operating in today's multicultural, information-rich environment. Marion N. Ruderman, Senior Fellow, Center for Creative Leadership, Greensboro, North Carolina. Preface. In a twist to current thinking about our global, interconnected society, we believe that the world is indeed boundless and flat, but that human relationships are still bounded and confined by powerful limits. Since Thomas Friedman's bestseller, The World is Flat, was published in 2005, the world of business has felt anything but flat. The global financial crisis, climate change, energy crisis, and political and religious unrest. Why do things feel bumpier than ever? Of course, there's no single answer, but we believe that the connections in our physical world have now outstripped the connections in our relational world. What is happening is that advances in internet and collaboration technologies have dismantled many of the boundaries that once prevented people from working together.